Good morning. Good morning. Maraya here, women's health specialist. I wanted to chat today around the idea of a 28-day cycle and for women in our dynamic, glorious, powerful manner that we do. There are some weeks that I kind of mirror it with seasons. You've got our winter, our spring, our summer, and our fall. And there are some seasons where really it makes more sense to kind of go inside, listen into the intuition, and get a little quiet. There are other weeks in a 28-day cycle where that is the time to host the party, do the main stage presentation, apply for the job, sign up for the PTO, volunteer. And then 2 weeks later go, what did I sign up for? Because I just want to be quiet, right? Summer is the time to be fully expressed. That's the time where we feel fiery, we feel passionate. It's when we're ovulating. We're going to speak our truth. We're going to feel like a little bit more frisky. We put on our lip gloss and our cute little clothes. And that's when we want to be the pioneer. That's when we're independent innovators. That's when we put projects into action. Whatever that project might be for you. If you're like, oh, I know I want to, but it doesn't feel right. Well, wait till you're in week 3. And that's the time to put the project into action. Whereas week 4, that's more the mother energy, right? We want to find harbor. We want to create in solitude. It's not the time to host the big party, but it is the time if you're writing a book or you're kind of behind the scenes in a space of creating solitude, right? Do you wake up feeling excited and exuberant about the day you're going to live? Well, some of that can be physiologic, right? We need to look at what are you eating and how's your thyroid and how are your adrenals and what's going on with your hormones. But also, are you listening into that innate rhythm, knowing that there are certain times that we need to honor, that we're going to shift how we exercise. We're going to shift the way that we eat. We're going to shift the way in which we are interacting out in the world, right? So as an example, during week one is your bleeding time, right? We just don't have as much energy. That's the priestess energy. That's for those that have a really strong intuition or even psychic ability. That's the time when it is the most potent. So it's the time to listen in, right? That's the time where we can kind of transform any negative energy and turn it into positive and polarize. And it's also the time for collective healing. It's the time when I feel like we are most connected. I likely will suggest adaptogen elixirs in the morning though, and blood sugar management throughout the day in a way that fits your lifestyle. Okay, we also do a deep dive into what tests are the best tests to look at quantifiably, because often women have gone to their healthcare provider and they come back and they're like, my provider said everything looks normal. I go, well, the best time to test your hormones might not be through blood. If it is, it has to be during a very specific time in your cycle. Really, the best way to test for your hormones is through urine and saliva. My point is, I want you to live a vibrant life. I want you to have more awareness around what is going on in a 28-day cycle. That does not have to mean that you're bleeding. It does not have to mean you're ovulating. Yes, it could be if you're already postmenopausal, okay? If you're on contraception, I think it throws it off a little bit. I think contraception, hormonal contraception at least, numbs our circadian rhythm a tad and gets us somewhat distanced. It also sends your adrenals into hyperdrive. And for some reason, when women are on pharmaceutical progesterone, not bioidentical, but regular progesterone, their body somehow stops the feedback loop and you just pump out cortisol. So that does shift it a bit. And listen, I really think it's important that you have a form of contraception that works for you if you're not wanting to get pregnant. So that's a whole other conversation. I want you to be in touch with the rhythms of your month, have answers and a roadmap to why am I feeling so tired? Why am I not sleeping well? Why do I feel really irritable and sad and anxious at sometimes? Why do I wake up feeling uninspired to tackle my day when I used to love the way my life was going? Or maybe you look at where you are right now and you think about a decade ago and you're like, this is not where I thought my life would be. I know that I'm destined for more. I know that I want to feel more connected in my relationships, more connected with myself. All right, I gotta go. Y'all are awesome. Happy to have you.